Hey everybody, how y'all doing today? Welcome to the Players Club. I am your host Keisha with Cut the Israel Talk Sports. I'm up here rocking with my boy Duvall, and we are gonna talk about the ex-Michigan head coach, and also we're gonna talk about the Shedeur Sanders wristband controversy. How you doing, Duvall? How's your day going?
I guess this is wristband gate when it comes to Shedeur Sanders. We gonna talk
Risky.
about him. Yeah,
Risky.
risque. We gonna talk about it though.
We're gonna talk about it because it's a lot of look. We got a lot of black men in
Yeah,
some sticky situations. I guess that's what we can call it.
yeah.
Um, and we're gonna talk about it and give our takes. I'll let some of y'all come up in here. Housekeeping, hit the like button on this live stream. If you catch us on the playback, please comment, like, and subscribe to the Players Club. We coming a little early. I think I was messing around with the ball and his so-called time zone, and I came in a little early, put 7:45 when it should have been 6:45. But that's neither here nor there, Duvall.
Yeah,
I
that's
make
him.
mistakes, know. But
God
you
ain't perfect.
you know what? He is. None of us are.
Yeah.
What's up, Mr. Mama? Thanks for coming on up in here. People was asking for a part two of Sherrone Moore. His saga continues. Po baby,
Mm.
his saga continues, and we're gonna talk about Shedeur. But we're gonna get to it because we got an hour 15 minutes, and we're gonna get up out of here so Duvall can go to sleep on time,
Yeah.
and me too. I can go to sleep on time for my government job in the morning. Here
Yeah.
we go. We're gonna talk about Sherrone Moore for first. We all know that Poe man got my mama said don't call him Poe, but I feel I don't know.
Mhm.
here, here we go. I am gonna start off with the video of his arraignment, Duvall. I'm gonna set the stage. Sherrone Moore got fired
Yeah.
last week. He decides to go and confront the the staffer he was having an inappropriate relationship with.
Mhm.
He decides to go and confront her at her apartment. That confrontation happened. I think she called her attorney. An attorney called the police. After they got into their altercation, whatever happened in that apartment, I don't know. He took off on foot and ran to a local church, and that's where the police picked him up for alleged home invasion and alleged assault.
Mhm.
Um, the staffer says he pushed his way into her apartment, and it got real dicey from there. Hold on, let me bring up. I'm gonna bring up him and what the that crazy what he was over there trying to do. Hold on. Oh, it's gonna bring up that one. That's okay. I can get it up in here. Good man. All right, here we go. Here we go, Chad. It's him in his arraignment.
As we all now know, defendant was at some point on Wednesday afternoon fired from his employment. He then, at some point soon thereafter, came to her apartment in the address that is alleged in the complaint, barged his way into that apartment, immediately then proceeded to a kitchen drawer, grabbed several butter knives and a pair of kitchen scissors, and began to threaten his own life. I'm going to kill myself. I'm going to make you watch. My blood is on your hands. You ruined my life. And a series of very, very threatening, intimidating, terrifying, quite frankly, statements and behaviors there in that apartment. It was only then, Your Honor, when the victim, she called her attorney and then at some point indicated she was going to call the police, and then he left. And so, Your Honor, while I understand that there isn't evidence to suggest that he directly threatened the victim with any of those implements that I've indicated. The totality of the behavior is highly threatening and highly intimidating. She was terrorized, Your Honor. And in light of the totality of all of those circumstances, we consider a risk to public safety, a risk to this victim. And it's for those reasons that we are asking for those specific conditions. I'm more than happy to answer any other questions that the court may have, or give you further information. I appreciate it.
You muted yourself, Keisha. I thought we'd been over this.
You know what? Stop it. I be trying not to have my clicking. Shut up, Duval. Sherrone, that was him getting the rain on that was him getting the rain. He has since gotten out. And also, I'm gonna let y'all hear this before me and Duval talk about it, because
as we all now know,
pause. I'll let y'all hear the 911 call. And then we're gonna talk about it, Duval.
The caller told her there's a male at the location and the house attacking her. The state's been stalking her for months.
That's just part of dispatch audio relaying a 911 call coming in from this Pittsfield Township apartment complex.
The person she's on the phone with, that's one grabbed a knife, threatened the caller, and then ran through the knife down.
The audio from around 4 o'clock Wednesday afternoon, and not even an hour later, former Michigan football coach Sherrone Moore fired. The university sending out a statement saying he'd been fired due to an inappropriate relationship with a staff member.
He calls S1's wife in Ann Arbor saying that the subject is suicidal, losing his job today.
A source tells NBC Sports Thursday the university had allegedly been alerted prior to Wednesday that Moore had been dealing with, quote, mental health issues. But athletic director Ward Manuel allegedly fired Moore, quote, alone with no HR rep and no security present. Moore still in protective custody at the Washtenaw County Jail. Pittsfield Township Police investigating the alleged assault. No charges officially filed.
Sherrone Moore, man, he was given a job that he probably would otherwise not have gotten as Jim Harbaugh's assistant. Both Jim Harbaugh and Ward Manuel, the athletic director, believe that he was the guy for the job. But it's a lucky break from a huge break. And here he has squandered all of it. Absolutely all of it.
Local 4 catching up with attorney Joseph Simon, who we believe may be representing the former coach. He only says,
I'm not even confirming I'm representing him. I don't have any comment for you, okay?
Really active situation. The prosecutor's office says while this is a very active investigation, they still say Moore is expected to be arraigned, although not officially charged yet. He is expected to be arraigned here in Washtenaw County tomorrow. Reporting live, Erica Erickson, Local 4.
Okay, Erica, thank you.
Caller.
All right, y'all. So he has been released since all of this came out. But I got a question before we go through this timeline, because you know she is the staffer is still working for the University of Michigan. I'm gonna get to you. Let me know your thoughts of how all this unfolded before we get to the timeline of this relationship, these events, and where Moore is now. Go ahead.
Let's come to Sherrone Moore, right? I wish men have the discipline to not allow their emotions take over their better judgment. I think the problem is like when you never had something and then you get a little something, you get a little attention, they don't know how to handle it. And it seems like it happens to a lot of our men, especially when it comes to when they get a little money and fame. Because remember, like Ime Doka was in the same situation.
He was.
And it's just like, it's like y'all get a little money. Y'all want to go to the other side thinking that you going to rise up in the ranks and separate yourself from the other blacks, how they call it.
Right.
But then put yourself in worse situations because, like I said again, I don't care what you try to do to separate yourself from the other African Americans that you walk around with every day in this country, they still gonna see you that when push comes to shove. And so I just don't understand why people like him don't have the discipline and don't have the mindset to one appreciate what you have at home when it comes to your actual wife and kids. And
Right?
secondly, appreciate the opportunity that you have because it's not like he was just this sought after coach that everybody wanted.
No, he
Nobody even
wasn't.
know about it.
No, Harbaugh
And
gave him his start. Yeah.
not only that, and he was a part of another controversy that could have prevented him from getting the start in the first place. Remember, Harbaugh was part of a rule violation because he sent another Michigan staffer to Central Michigan and act like he was a part of the staff
I.
to get information.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And Sherrone Moore was a part of that too. And so he could have not have his opportunity just for that alone. And so for you to overcome that and survive that controversy, to get an opportunity and then you not have the discipline to really keep the main thing, it's just like, man, how immature can you be as a man to not see the big picture of what you have in front of you?
I agree. I I don't know. My only problem with him, because there have been a lot of men that has cheated on their wives. My problem with him is, number one, the power dynamic. He had to have known that he was her direct boss, and there's a power dynamic there. That's number one. Number two, after you are fired, to go to that young lady's house and expect it not to end badly, it just shows how bad his decision making is, and he lacks impulse control. He just reacted. He just, I'm going to confront this lady. Because because the reports have come out that she revealed their relationship and gave them the evidence to fire him.
Mm-hmm.
And but in this dynamic, what he didn't understand was, no matter if it was a consensual relationship, um, the power dynamic, she would never have the power because he was her boss.
Mm-hmm.
So for him not to understand the university policies that govern him, and for him to somehow think he was a part of that so-called good old boys club,
Yeah.
and they was just gonna continue, and I'm pretty sure they looked the other way for a while, but it
Mm-hmm.
always was gonna come out.
Yeah.
The minute he didn't do for Michigan what they wanted him to do, which was, first of all, get to the college playoffs
Mm-hmm.
and beat Ohio State. The moment that didn't happen, he was in dangerous waters, in my opinion. And for some reason, there are a lot of coaches or black men that don't understand the dynamic they are a part of. And he was one of them ones that's over there was talking about he don't see color and all this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You might not see color, Sherrone Moore, but the American society does. So at the end of the day, you have to act accordingly. And I don't know why black men continue. That's my question to you, Duval. To
Mm-hmm.
learn this lesson at the expense of their money, at the expense of setting their own self up for success and to have jobs and careers. I know it's not worth it. So what is it that will make you jeopardize what you have that so many of us don't have?
A lot of times these, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. A lot of times these men think they not gonna get caught.
Mm,
They think they got away with it the first time, they don't get away with it the second time. If they think they don't get away with it the second time, they don't get away with it the third time.
I got you.
And because a lot of us men, and I'm gonna just keep it real, and I'm not trying to insult none of us men in the African American community, But when we come from single parent household, we don't have somebody to teach us that discipline because the father is not around. And there's only so much a woman could do to teach a man certain things without him learning from a man when it comes to living life in the real world. And that's just the reality of the situation. And so when you got these men that come from single parent household and not learning the discipline part what a man will provide, they get into these situations they don't know how to handle it because like I said again they will never develop. So now they trying to learn how to be a man as they go. And a lot part of learning how to be a man as they go, they don't know how to consolidate their emotions and really like keep the main thing. They allow their emotions to get the best of them. And
Mm-hmm.
he probably panicked because, like I said again, not only she had the upper hand on him, but like I said, ain't she expecting?
Uh, talking about is she pregnant? Not that
Yeah,
I know of.
I thought she was expecting. Google
Mm-mm.
that and see if that's the case. Cause I thought that was the situation. I thought she was suspected as well.
No, there are rumors out there that he got her an abortion. That's the
Oh, okay. So
rumor.
the baby. Okay.
Yeah, that's the rumor. I don't know if any of that's true, but there are rumors out there that he took care of the situation. Let me just say that.
Yeah, cause I had heard she was expected. So if that's the case, then you know what I'm saying a lot of that makes sense then.
Mm-hmm.
And so
Yeah, he didn't want to leave it. Well, I put it to you like this: he didn't want to leave his wife. How can I put that? Let me
yeah.
say, he didn't want the wife to. Yeah, because I there are rumors out. We're gonna go through the timeline, but there are rumors out there that I think he was trying to end it. But we're gonna go through the timeline because I got another person that that's from out there in that area that detailed everything. So we're gonna go through it. But yeah, there are a lot of rumors flowing out there. But I will tell you this to your analogy, and I'm gonna and then we'll get to the timeline. I know people um always talk about the single parent household. But what about the men? And because I've experienced this in my own life, and I'm not saying any names or nobody, you don't know who I'm talking about, YouTube. But what about the men who be in two-parent households, who fathers
Mhm.
have had a second family the whole time?
Mhm.
And they learn that from their father. And then they get in their relationships and they repeat the same. See, two things could be true.
Mhm.
Because I tell people this all the time. Some men, some kids, they see their parents making mistakes, drugs, being a harlot, doing all this stuff, and they decide they're not gonna be like them at all.
Yes.
Then you have some kids, they emulate what they see.
Yes.
Because I've seen many, many married couples, and I say this with my whole chest,
Mhm.
who have let their children watch horrible relationships their whole childhood,
Mhm.
and they go and do the same thing because they, even though they had a father in the home with them, that father still couldn't teach that son impulse control because he never learned it,
Mhm.
because maybe he watched somebody else doing the same thing. Because I have to tell you, I know all the studies and stuff, but before our generation, people stayed together regardless
Yeah.
if it was horrible or not, and kids watched a lot of things that wasn't right,
Mhm.
and the way they take it in their spirit is different for each child. And I've seen single mothers raise their sons, and because their mother was done so wrong and made it to where they understood that the reason why their mother was not with their father, that made that son more respectful than a one with two parents.
I see that. I agree.
Mm-hmm. But I get your point.
I agree. I just a lot of times it be the discipline or lack of discipline that these men don't
Mm-hmm.
have, and when they get money and fame and they not ready for it, they don't make the right decisions because of it.
I get it. Yeah, I get it.
I mean, like sometimes I can even go far as say with your analogy with two parent household. Sometimes the dads they try to be the best friend, like John Morant dad, and
Right.
that's why he constantly in these bad situations because his dad is not providing that structure for him to really see the big picture. He want to be the buddy. He want what I'm saying to
A lot of
neglect
parents make that mistake. Yeah.
to to enable bad behavior. So like I said, it's not a perfect system.
Yeah,
That's not.
I used to be like, Duvall, I used to be like, my mom used to say that all the time, Duvall, I'm not your friend. I used to be like, well, dang, you got to be so mean.
Yeah. Tell you, man. But a lot
But
of times
now
these
that I have
men.
my own kids, I understand it. You want them to at least be able to come to you. You don't want them to be, because when we were raised, at least when I was raised, you know, uh, we were raised with a iron fist,
Yes.
if that makes sense. Not
Mhm.
talking about people's parental skills at all, y'all. I'm just saying. But I tried to be more. I wanted my kids to be able to come to me, even though it's an uncomfortable um, conversation. But that balance in parenting is so hard. At least by me going through it myself, I can, and it's hard. It's hard to give somebody something you never got. Um, if you're under the tutelage of some men, because there are men out there that I mean, let's just talk about our American society, where men were told that they can do pretty much, you can do what you want.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
Yeah.
So a lot of those men are here, gave birth to more men and more men, you know what I'm saying? So I think it's just a combination of things, because I've told people that I have in my personal life, like, children watching a horrible relationship is not good either.
Mhm.
It's
You
not
know.
good.
You know what's the difference? Why women today will leave a relationship situation, a marriage situation, than they would back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
Remember back in the day, you used to have that scarlet letter if you got a divorce.
Right.
There used to be some shame behind that.
Mm-hmm.
There used to be shame when you had children with multiple men. There used to be shame behind that.
Right.
Now that's not no longer the case. Now
No.
sometimes it's a badge of honor, cause now there's a financial compensation that comes with that. So now if you get a divorce and you marry somebody that had a little financial success, you benefit from it. You
Yeah, it's
maintain a
definitely
life.
different.
Yeah, I'm telling you, you maintain a lifestyle that you always desire, without having to deal with the other guy. You know what I'm saying? That comes with it. And so now in those situations, there's no longer the loyalty to stick together, or what I'm saying, to stick with your partner even if there's some trials and tribulations back in the day, like grandmama and granddaddy had too. But what I'm saying,
Mm-hmm.
it's not that way no more.
No.
And so at the end of the day, it's like this. Going back, bringing it back to the Michigan situation.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times, men like him don't realize when you play with fire, you're gonna get burned.
Yeah, man. Mm-hmm.
And that's what he had to learn, unfortunately, the hard way. And not everybody's embarrassed because, like I said, his wife is embarrassed, his children are embarrassed. You don't think his children, when they go to school, the other kids are throwing that in
That
their face?
kids are cruel, man.
Hmm.
Yeah, kids are kids are mean, man. Them
Yeah.
some mean little. So, hey, well, let's get into the timeline, Duvall. Let's do this. The alleged staffer's name is Paige Shiver. I hope I'm saying her last name right. But they said Paige Shiver is 32, was born into a football family. She is the daughter of Jeff Shiver, a highly respected NFL scout who has spent over 30 years with the Chicago Bears.
Mm-hmm.
Her father is considered a fixture in the league, having survived multiple regime changes in Chicago, a rarity in the scouting world. So she comes from a football family. Her dad's been a scout for 30 years. She attended Purdue University. She graduated with a degree. In 2016, she was profiled by the Chicago Bears after being diagnosed with Pompe disease, a rare genetic disorder that affects the body's ability to break down glycogen, leading to muscle weakness and fatigue. She was praised for her resilience in managing the condition while maintaining an active lifestyle. So she has a lot of ties to the Chicago Bears. Um,
Before you keep going,
Go figure. Go
before you
ahead.
keep going, you see how she came from a football family?
Hmm.
See, that's his angle right there. That's why he dealt with her because he felt like she can prolong his career long after Michigan if it don't work out. That's what I think he thought. Because
Mm,
a lot of times people don't understand. It's not what you know, it's who you know.
right.
And if she comes from a football family, I'm pretty sure they still got relationship within the NFL community. And so somebody like him, if he couldn't get on with Harbaugh, you know what I'm saying, if like the Michigan situation didn't work, he was gonna use her to get, you know what I'm saying, to keep his foot in the door when it comes to NFL opportunities.
Mm.
So that's how the game works. So like I
It-
said, there's always a angle of why a person would like
and mess with a certain person. I get you.
yeah.
So her career path. She worked in various retail and operational roles because you remember she got a degree in retail management.
Mhm.
She was hired in 2022 by the University of Michigan Athletics Department as an assistant recruiting and operations coordinator. Sherrone Moore was promoted to permanent head coach in 2024. This role made her the gatekeeper for the football program, placing her in daily intimate proximity to Moore. So she was his recruiting and operations coordinator.
Mhm.
All right. We're going to keep moving right along.
Yeah.
They say this relationship started 2 years ago, Deval.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right. It says Shiver Johnson's staff Moore is the offensive coordinator. While the exact start of the date of the relationship is unknown, prosecutors stated in court that the two had been involved for several years, suggesting the affair likely began before Moore became head coach. It is not known and is likely to be debated who pursued whom in a relationship. It should be noted that both parties, the university and the police, confirmed that the relationship was fully consensual between two legal age adults. So before he was even head coach, he was having this affair at the ball
Mhm.
with her.
She must be real
So
young.
so so it yeah, because she's 32, so she was probably about 29 then.
Mhm. Yeah.
Okay, 29, 30. So that means that brings it to question for me. Okay, stuff that's going on for several years, the university knew.
Yeah. They know.
Okay. Okay. So we're gonna keep going down the timeline. January 2024, Morris named head coach. In September of 2025, rumors of the relationship reportedly became an open secret within the Sam Blacker Hall, according to college football insiders. They say on November 2025, an anonymous tip sparks a university investigation. However, the inquiry reportedly stalls due to lack of concrete evidence. A private firm is brought in to find dirt on Moore. Okay, we're gonna stop there. Why would they bring in a private firm to find dirt on Moore in November 2025, DeBall?
They want to get out of that contract.
Uh-huh. You right there with me. All right, let's keep going. December 10th, 2025. The investigation breaks open. Reports indicate that Paige Shiver cooperated with the athletic director Ward Manuel, providing the credible evidence needed to fire Moore. Why? Let me ask you something.
Yeah.
We got, they talk about, now why did she turn on him? One theory this guy says a university pressure. Some sources suggest that Michigan officials desperate to fire Moore for cause to save $16 million pressured Shiver to come forward.
Mm-hmm.
The other theory is the scorned woman and stalking. The more prevalent narrative supported by the criminal charges is that Shiver attempted to end the relationship, sparking volatile behavior from Moore. Which theory do you think? Which one you thinking, Duvall? Because I already know what I think.
The school theory.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the school probably it confirms that because, like I said, she wasn't terminated. She was kept on the staff, and so that means she probably got a little money on the table to do
Mm.
this, so you get him out of the way, and you keep your job and everything else.
Now, since we got to that part, I am going look because that's the way I feel. I go with theory A. I think they were. I think they already knew about the affair, and because they wanted to fire him, they were pressuring her to give them the goods because
Yep.
they knew she had it.
Mhm.
You know, I don't think he, I don't know him, so I don't know if he was stalking her and being violent. I don't know that part, but you would call the police on him. You wouldn't go to talk to the athletic director if he was stalking and being violent towards you, right?
That's what I would believe.
Yeah, so I'm with you with the theory, but let's get into Michigan's policy. This is where Sherrone Moore got messed up. Hold on, let me bring it up here. And then we'll go back to the timeline. It's coming up. Let me add this to the stage. All right. University policy on supervised employee relationship. The University of Michigan has a clear policy regarding intimate relationships between supervisors and supervisees. Supervisors cannot initiate or attempt to initiate intimate relationships with supervisees
Mhm.
to prevent conflicts of interest and ensure a professional environment. Also, um, supervisors are obligated to report any relationships with their subordinates.
Mhm.
So Sharon Moore was supposed to report that relationship.
Yep.
Okay, so since he failed to do that, University of Michigan has retaliation protections.
Mhm.
Because she came forward, they can't retaliate against her as an employee. That's why she still has her job, guys. What you think?
I think that's bullshit.
No individuals who report violations are protected from threats, intimidation, or adverse actions.
Somebody told her to report it,
Mhm.
and told her that she would be protected if she was to report it. And see, a lot of times, it also tell me that reason why she kept her job because if she was to go on TV and play the Karen role, so white women always get the sympathy,
Right.
and so she can always play the African American man manipulated her and
Mm.
convinced her to live a lifestyle that she was ashamed of, and she couldn't say no because that was his boss, that was her boss, and blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm.
That's how she know to get the people on her side. They know that too, and it'll just make this situation more messy.
Uh-huh. And by him not um the 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 burden was on him, Deval.
Mm-hmm.
He was supposed to come forward and report the relationship because in their eyes he has all the power.
Yes.
So they are saying they don't know if she was forced into this relationship. There's a power. There's a power dynamic. Even though we all know that they was just out there humping like rabbits.
Yeah.
Um, when somebody is your boss, automatically he has more power over her.
Yes.
That's why the relationship is inappropriate. And that is why that led him to, right, Taval?
Mm-hmm.
That led him to being on that porch
Yeah.
coming into an apartment
Mm-hmm.
4 o'clock that evening, Deval.
Yeah, he was on one.
He was angry because she gave them the evidence to fire him.
Yeah. And I'm gonna tell you I'm gonna tell you a side thing that probably would have got this whole thing jumping too. And this would a revenge factor come in when it comes to her. What happened, you know what I'm saying? You know how men always tell these women, I'm gonna leave my wife soon.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
just give me a little time. I'm gonna end it with her and and be with you.
Right.
And that little time turned to 2 years, and she probably got tired of being lied to, and then I also wanted to blow this shit up.
Yeah. Yep. Look, that led him to I don't know what he was thinking, but yeah, Deval. Uh he went to that apartment. She say he attacked her and it was a home invasion. They say he did not kick down the door. Talking about Sherrone Moore. He didn't kick down the door. He entered through an unlocked door without permission. Now listen at that.
Mm.
They say the door was unlocked, but he didn't have permission to go in.
She must have lived in one of them rich neighborhoods, them good
She was
neighborhoods.
living in an apartment. It was in the video.
She must have had one of them good neighborhoods then.
And then they say he grabbed several butter knives.
Oh shit, what you gonna do with that? Cook biscuits?
I don't know.
What you gonna do? Cook biscuits?
He said he grabbed several butter knives and scissors, and he said he told her he was gonna hurt himself and that his blood would be on her hands.
Yeah, he must really was on that mental health because now he think he Edward Scissorhands and shit now. Come on, man.
And they say the assault charge stems from the terror that Shiver felt during his erratic behavior. So did you know, Deval, that if I'm standing there saying I want to unalive myself, if you feel terror, that's assault.
Mm. I'm surprised they ain't give him on kidnapping.
Well, he left. It was her apartment.
But I'm saying when you fought, like, how you think OJ got those
Oh yeah,
9
he
years?
did force his way into that hotel. Yeah,
And
you're
he
right.
told them they couldn't leave. So I'm pretty sure he told her that she couldn't leave. And they put a kidnap job right on his ass. They was gonna get his ass back for 94. They put a kidnap charge right on his ass. The only thing he did was say, "Hey, nobody can't leave till I get my stuff back," and that was his stuff. And I remember because I watched the documentary when it came to that OJ situation. They said, "Man, if it was anybody else, they probably would have got probation
Yeah,
and worse 2 years."
right.
That man got 10.
He did.
We knew what that was about.
And the reason why she still has her job, guys, is because university HR policies regarding relationships almost always penalize the supervisor. And in this situation, Sherrone Moore was her supervisor.
Yep. The thing is, let's just be honest. They never wanted to hire him,
No.
but that was Harbaugh guy. Harbaugh gave them a championship. And so they wanted to honor Harbaugh by hiring him. They never wanted to hire him. That's why they find a reason to, say get rid of him.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause I think he missed the bowl game like 2 years in a row.
I think he gonna get a bowl game because he was
But
9-3.
I'm talking
He
about
just missing the playoffs,
that's what I'm talking about, the playoffs.
the college football playoffs.
He missed that 2 years in a row.
Mm-hmm.
And so
And then he lost to Ohio State. You know how they feel. You know how they feel about Ohio State up there in Michigan.
yeah, they tripping.
But hey, there are rumors too, Duvall. Reports indicate that key boosters threaten to withhold NIL funding and donations if the university did not find a way to move on from Sherrone Moore. And they point out that that Michigan man is a term often weaponized to exclude those who don't fit a specific traditional mold. For a black head coach, the margin for error was non-existent. While white coaches are often given years to build a culture, Moore was seemingly judged not on his potential, but on a proven basis that expired the moment he slipped up. You are not what they call the Michigan man, Sherrone Moore.
No, he ain't the Michigan man.
I know you say you didn't see color, but they do. And they in their eyes, they honored John Harbaugh's wishes. And from that moment on, they was waiting on a reason to get rid of you, bro.
Yep. They're called contract for clause.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
People don't understand that. But like I said again, it comes down to these men that never had anything. They get a little something, and they act like they're above what say they used to be. And then that's how they shit crash and burn every single time.
And meanwhile, Dr. Umar is over there.
Still trying to build school. I'm just saying, he's still trying to build a school. He's been trying to build a school for 15 years. He's scamming. That's what he's doing. Scamming ass.
He is a scam. But
he like, what's that preacher used to be that be on TV? Ben Baker. He like Ben Baker. Remember Ben Baker and his wife?
Uh-huh.
Scamming people. Is that exactly what Dr. Umar is doing? Scamming.
And just because we want to laugh on this show, because that's what we do here, I'm going to bring up Omar and let him tell you. While he out here trying to scam folks, sometimes he do be telling the truth on certain things, but let's let him tell it.
Made a very bad mistake cheating on a snow bunny while married to another snow bunny. He got double bunny. He's the first person I know who got double bunny. You know what I mean? Two of them. Got a snow bunny at home cheating on her with another snow bunny. But I wish the brother the best. And guess what? He got fired. She still got her job.
No.
Snow bunny. Jonathan Majors. Shannon Sharp. The head coach of the University of Michigan Wolverines, Tiger Woods. We could be here all night on the list of black men who've been snow bunny in the 21st century. Don't get snow bunny. Respect everybody. Young white women in the chat, I got nothing but respect for you. But black men have to learn to stick to black women. Otherwise, we're going to keep on getting our pockets snatched out.
Yeah, right.
And guess how much he was making?
How much?
$6 million a year.
He's dumb.
Do you know how much that is? That's a $500,000 paycheck a month. Made a very bad mistake cheating on a snow bunny while married to another snow bunny.
I can't. Duvall?
Yeah, man. You know what time it is.
But we gonna look. I didn't know there was snow bunny on snow bunny crime. Yeah. But that's what he's over here talking about. But we're gonna move on. Sherrone Moore.
I wish you the best.
I wish you the best, man. I will tell you this. Other white coaches, and this is just a fact, they have their scandals, Duvall, and they get rehabilitated.
Yeah, Bobby Petrino.
Mm-hmm. Steve Sarkeesian.
Yeah.
So, uh, uh, I mean, even Lane Kiffin, my new coach. Lane.
Lane has a problem.
He had some problem. So my question is, uh, why bring up the new topic? You think they're gonna rehabilitate Sherrone more?
Hell, no, they didn't want him in the first place.
I'm talking about. Do you think he'll get a job somewhere else?
Only way he'll get a job is on the Harbaugh.
Mm.
Harbaugh is guy, so he'll get a job with Harbaugh. But other than that, not really.
Yeah. Now Harbaugh did speak, but he's gonna have to. He's gonna have to reach out to that. Um. Yeah, I agree with you. Harbaugh's gonna have to help him, man.
Yeah.
Now Harbaugh say he's been in contact. I'll show y'all this before we go. But he say he's been in contact. I don't know if he's gonna help him right now, but I hope he will. Cause you're right, cause I don't know if anybody else gonna help him. Here we go.
You said you were still processing the Sherrone Moore situation. What are you processing? What is going through your head or trying to understand?
Yeah, it's really still don't have my head wrapped around it, Dan. It's it's a tragedy, and just praying for all concerned. I love my alma mater, love Michigan, but I love the Chargers too. And I'd be doing a disservice if I wasn't putting all my focus on this game. This is the most important game for us.
When's the last time you talked to Sherrone Moore?
Haven't early December, but I have texted him.
Nothing since he was arrested.
Just text.
Oh, you have?
Yeah.
How are his spirits?
I think it's a tragedy. It's the worst days of his life, and keep it together and take care of your family. That's that's the message, and getting spiritual guidance, is really critical.
Are you helping Michigan at all find their head coach?
No, I'm not. All focus is on the Dallas Cowboys.
He sounded very non-committal, Duvall. But I hope he helped old Sherrone. But I didn't get no confidence from his statement. What you think? Oh no. Where'd the ball go? Hold on, y'all. Oh, I think his mic unhooked. Hold on, y'all. What the heck? But yeah, I don't know what y'all let me know in the chat what y'all think. I didn't get no I definitely didn't get no warm fuzzy feelings from his comments, but maybe his comments, Harbaugh's comments, and maybe it's because it's so early and things have just went awry. You know what I'm saying? But I think Harbaugh might be his only way back into coaching. So I hope as the story dies down, 6'8" says Sherrone got his card pulled. Lesson learned. I think he's gonna help. He just won't. I'm with you, ADP. He said I think he's gonna help. He just don't want to say it out loud. I can agree with that. Mr. Mama say he is not trying to mess with him right now. Maybe when things die down. Yeah, I think he was. He just seemed very uncomfortable with the conversation. He probably knew the conversation was going to happen. Of course, people are going to ask him how he feel, but he just seems very uncomfortable. But I think down the line, I think hopefully he will help Sherrone Moore get back into coaching, because we all make mistakes. So, and hopefully you don't lose your whole career over it. But being the head man, he'll probably never get that position as a head man again. That's just my opinion on that whole thing. Yeah. 6'8" say Sherrone may coach on a D2 or D3 level. D1 may be out of the question. Yeah. He'll have to be somewhere where the spotlight is not real bright, and hopefully he'll get another chance. But let's hold on before we get to the next topic. Let me let y'all hear from our sponsors.
Underdog Fantasies is the best way to do play-by-play fantasy sports. Let me tell you about the simplest way to get in some WNBA, NBA action. Find players, pick higher or lower, and win some extra cash. Pick between 2 to 5 players to fill out your pick'em entry. Get every pick right and win some much-needed cash. Use promo code CLUBCK and receive up to $1,000 in bonus cash.
Now that it's football time, follow Players Club with Claude and Keisha as I, Devon, share my picks. Pick your player, choose your amount, win money. Make picks, win cash.
Thanks, Underdog Fantasy, for the partnership with us. And thank you for using promo codes CLUBCK on Underdog Fantasy. All right, y'all. We are back.
Let's see.
Oh, I can hear you now, Devon. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was trying to fix my stuff. I apologize.
That's okay.
With Harbaugh, man, it's like that's the one thing he left behind to the university. And so now he brought shame to the university when it comes to his decision making to put Sherrone Moore in place. And so what's going to happen now is, like, when he have another recommendation, so they're going to look the other way. Because they're not going to want to go off of his recommendation when he recommends somebody that was so low class when it comes to how they conduct themselves as a figurehead for the university.
I got you. Yeah, he got, like some people were saying in the chat, they think Harbaugh will eventually help him, but they need to let stuff die down and go from there. You know what I mean? So
yeah, he's a good running backs coach.
Yeah, I think like 6'8" has said he probably get another opportunity, maybe in D2 or D3, but not D1, not right now. So
it's too hot.
Yeah, the thing is too hot. All right, y'all. Let's get to the next subject. Let me pull this down. Well, Devon, I got a question. Shedeur Sanders didn't have the greatest game on Sunday, but reports are coming out that we had wristband controversy.
Yeah.
I don't know what to make. How does that happen in a professional team?
That's how I can put this. That situation is feeding the conspiracy theory of Shedeur Sanders fans saying that he is being sabotaged. And unfortunately, and this is what the Shedeur fans don't want to hear, even despite all of that, there are going to be teams that are going to be like, I don't want to sign up for the Shedeur Sanders business because of everything that comes with him. Even if he been sabotaged in 4K, so they still gonna feel like what comes with him when it comes to his celebrity status, they don't want to sign up for. And so it's just like, unfortunately, it's like Shedeur Sanders is still in a double-edged sword because of it. It's like he can't win for losing based on the setup that he have currently.
Well, let's listen to a little bit of what the Clevelanders had to say.
They're my favorite people.
Right. Let's listen to these opinionated Clevelanders. Here we go.
We just can't defend the indefensible.
Exactly.
I mean, the fact that Shedeur Sanders took the field with the wrong wristband, I really don't care what the circumstances are. I don't care who's to blame. It's something that just should not happen. It's the Brownsiest thing ever. This is what this franchise has been. This is what, unfortunately, it continues to be. And they don't know how to build a team from ownership on down. God love the Haslams. They spend a ton of money. They want to win more than anybody. They don't know how to do it. They don't know how to hire the right people. And then when the people come in here, they don't know how to build a team. And you're seeing the byproducts of that. And the shame of it is that this is not a team this year that's devoid of talent. There is talent on both sides of the ball. Obviously, more talent on the defensive side. The offensive line has been decimated. You got practice squad guys now having to play significant roles up front, but that organization does not know how to win. They do not know how to build a team. They don't, they talk the big game, but they never produce it for their fans. And I got news for you. Kevin Stefanski's probably going to get fired. It don't matter. It just, I don't think it's going to matter, guys.
Duvall, they saying he took the field with the wrong
we just can't defend.
They saying he took the field with the wrong wristband on. And the trip part about this is Shedeur, he had his coach's back in the midst of all this. He dismissed it, right? Here we go.
On TV, they mentioned that something happened with your wristband after the first two drives.
Oh, no, the car just fell out. Yeah, it just fell out on the sideline. Yeah, that was it.
On TV, they mentioned that something happened with your wristband after the first two drives.
Oh, no, the car just fell out. Yeah, it just fell out on the sideline. Yeah, that was it.
Before I get back to you, let's get to Stefanski.
Was there something wrong with Sanders' wristband?
Yeah, there was a miscommunication early.
They mentioned that you guys had the wrong plays in the wristband on the first two drives. Is that accurate?
No. Yeah. There was something. I don't know if the wristband got something on it or whatever it was.
Was there something wrong with
Duvall?
I think go ahead.
I was just going. What do you believe, Duvall?
I believe he was sabotaged, but I think Shedeur has to, say the right thing, because if he don't, then he'll feed into the stereotype of what they feel about him as a person when it comes to being arrogant and all that stuff, which is unfair because, like I said, Caucasian people could be arrogant, and they call that swag. But when African Americans be arrogant, all of a sudden, they just, out of control. And so, but yeah, he was sabotaged in that situation. And he was sabotaged against the top 5 defense in the league and
in the Bears.
Yeah. I think they number 1 in takeaways because we number 2. And so it's like, ugh.
And as a quarterback, I am not defending how he played. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I know every rookie quarterback is going through some type of development, growing pains. So this is gonna happen. I didn't expect it. I didn't expect them to beat the Bears. The Bears are having a great season. But one thing can't happen around, in my opinion, one thing can't happen around a young quarterback is for other people to be so incompetent because they are trying to develop into their new role, step up to a new level. And they're supposed to be coming in with people that know how to run an NFL organization. Unfortunately, a lot of quarterbacks step into situations where the people that are around them, the coaches, the executives don't know what they're doing, like that guy said in that soliloquy of his. They fired Kevin Stefanski. Is it going to change anything? Probably not. But, however, these stories leaking out just makes them look even incompetent, cartoonish, not even a real organization. It just looks really, really bad. Like, and I get what you're saying. You know, if it wouldn't have been Shedeur, it might have not been a store. But the fact that we have this foolishness going on, I don't know. I'll let y'all listen to a little bit what Unc had to say with his little special self, because him and Ocho be tripping me out, but they give you good insight because they both played the game. So here we go.
Early on, was there something wrong with Sanders' wristband?
Yeah, there was a miscommunication early.
I think they mentioned that you guys had the wrong plays in the wristband on the first two drives. Is that accurate?
No. Yeah. There was something, I don't know if the wristband got something on it or whatever it was, but there was we got that fixed pretty quickly.
Ocho. I mean, you know, the funny thing about it is it's hard when reporters ask a coach a question, especially like that. A coach is always going to be PC. He's always going to be politically correct and not give the true, honest answer on what the issue is behind whatever it was that happened with the wristband. They're never going to tell us the truth. They're never going to. So now it leaves all of us guessing. It leaves all of us guessing because the wristband is made up. Excuse me, before well, maybe a Friday, or maybe a Saturday, because you understand what plays you have, what vocal plays you like, what vocal plays we ran in practice that Shedeur did well. And that's what goes on the wristband.
Right. But here's the thing, Ocho. They're not leaving till Saturday morning. So Saturday morning is the last official wristband that you're gonna get.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So that's what you're gonna have. That's what your first 15 plays, the first 15, you already know what they are. You walk through those. Mm-hmm. You talked about them the night before. The quarterback coach has gone over those with Shedeur. These are the plays, the first 15 plays that we're going to call. This is a first down play. This is our second down play. This is our third down play. This is what, X, Y, and Z. This is our red zone play. This is our goal to go play. That's all on the wristband. There might be 150 plays on the wristband, and he'll tell you play 76. So you got to, 76. Okay. But I've never heard anything like this because they asked him what the wrong plays on the wristband. He said, no. So I don't know what to make of this, and I don't want to make it seem like we're trying to make excuses for him. But I've never heard this before, Ocho. I really haven't.
I haven't, and it's really somewhat of a red flag for something like that happened in the middle of a game. In the middle of a game, we as coaches, I'm talking about we as coaches, but as players, I understand how well prepared we are going into a game. So how something like this can happen is beyond me, especially at the NFL level. Is at the NFL level, preparation, man. Listen, there's one thing you will never be able to question about all 32 teams is the way they prepare in a week and preparing for an opponent. There are really no mistakes and no error because there's too many moving parts to it for it to happen. It's too many moving parts.
I agree with you, Ocho. It might be a situation. I've never heard of this before, and I don't know how it happened. We don't know why it happened. But if I'm Jimmy Haslam, I'm gonna need some answers.
Yeah,
I'm gonna need some answers. I want to know how, for the first two drives, the wrong plays were on the sheet, and we had to take the wristbands and make some adjustment to it. I need to know why. If I'm Jimmy, I'm calling my friends. I don't know who's really friendly with. I'm gonna ask the other owners. Have your coaches ever had a situation do you know about where they had to change the the wristband because the plays that they gave the quarterback were the wrong plays, or the plays they didn't want to call, or something like that? Because I need to know why. Mistakes happen, but not the egregiousness of this mistake.
No, not that kind of mistakes.
I'm gonna tell you this because we call that game Duval. There was something you saw Shedeur going to the sideline back and forth, confused. You saw them getting penalty after penalty, false starts. Because not only was he confused, it looked like some members of the line were confused. Then you see him go to the sideline, talk to the fans, and come back, and that's when you seen kind of like they were switching out the wristband, or they was doing something with the wristband. So I will attest to this. The first couple of drives, there was confusion, regardless of what they saying in a press conference. There was confusion because we watched it live.
Yeah.
So it was almost like Shedeur was looking at something on his wrist that he wasn't expecting. But hey, I'm not an organization. I can't confirm that. This is all allegedly. But for my two eyes, he looked confused. What you think?
Yeah, just like I said again, it speaks to the function of the organization, and I just hope that some of these teams that are aware of what's going on in Cleveland can give Shedeur more of a counter grace for his situation because of it.
Yeah, that he can go somewhere else, and yeah.
Because if it was just a normal person, there's no way a lot of this stuff would be held against him. But you just don't know how these teams will feel about Shedeur because everything that comes with him when it comes to his fame and celebrity. So it's like, I just hope that another team has some grace and understanding that he was in a bad situation. And unfortunately, he could overcome the dysfunction that is the Cleveland Browns organization. So that's where we at this moment.
Yeah, I'm with you. I hope he gets another chance. I think he has the talent to compete in the NFL. He needs what every other quarterback needs, right? To be in the right situation. This is not just exclusive to Shedeur Sanders. Most quarterbacks need to be in a system that fit them. And if everybody's not all in on that quarterback, that said quarterback will struggle. Yeah. It's inevitable. That's why a lot of quarterbacks look at Baker Mayfield.
He went to 4 teams. His 4th team was the one he was successful at.
And a lot of people would have just wrote him off. A lot of quarterbacks get wrote off because they land in the wrong situation. Now, some quarterbacks are just bad. Yes. Don't get me wrong. But I think this kid does have the talent to be a starting quarterback in the NFL. But like all quarterbacks, he needs to be in the right situation. And because of his celebrity status, the organization can't be so dysfunctional that they giving the reporters more clickbait. Yeah. Cleveland keeps giving the reporters more clickbait. This young man not doing it. They doing it.
And they eating too.
You know what I'm saying? Like every week there's some kind of controversy.
Yeah.
And all this young man do is come out there and play. He ain't causing. I don't know. I don't know. But if I was Shedeur, I wouldn't want to. Maybe they need just let me go, man.
Let my people go.
I don't think they're gonna let him go though. I could be wrong, but do you think they would? Do you think they would? They need to trade him, but do you think they'll trade him?
I think if the new coach come in and they don't like Shedeur celebrity status, they will trade him because they don't want that in the locker room. Like I told you, them owners and them like head coaches, they do not want distractions, and they feel like Shedeur Sanders is a distraction, and because of that, they would rather let it be somebody else's problem than them having to deal with it.
But starting quarterbacks in the NFL are hard to come by.
They are.
So there's that. There's a lot of teams running around here that are irrelevant.
Yeah.
And yeah. I think if you are a true organization that is about winning and trying to perpetuate your brand, Shedeur Sanders is a good pick for you. If you want to run around here and keep doing stuff as status quo, everybody has to come into the light at some time, because they got a lot of these franchises that people just like. I know the NFL is king. They're gonna make their money regardless. I get it. But at some point, you don't even have 32 starting quarterbacks.
Yeah.
And he could be one of them. All you need to do is build around him.
That's true.
I don't know. And I just heard Arch Manning going back to school, so that's over with, Cleveland Browns.
Yep.
He just announced he going back to school. If that's who you was trying to get, he going back. He even though people was trying to crown him at the beginning of the college football season, that young man said, I need more development to do. I'm going back to school.
Yep.
So, like me and you have had this conversation offline. The NFL draft coming up for in 2026.
Yeah.
The quarterback prospects.
Mendoza.
Are they good? Or do we have a lot of them?
Not really. Like I say, you got Mendoza. You got like I say, you got Dillon. And then, like I said, Sellers is a raw prospect. You know, say if he developed properly, he could be something special in the NFL. But like I said, other than that, you know, say it's all dog crap.
Right.
Yeah. So like that's why teams will trade like first round picks and stuff at trade deadline because of it.
So
27th draft is the draft everybody looking for.
So again, at some point, I mean, you might have named what, 3 or 4 prospects, 32 teams. Half of these teams don't have a good. Never mind.
I'm about to say Carson Beck. He might be a prospect too.
Like, even though it kind of crashed and burned in Miami
and Georgia.
Yeah, even though it kind of. I get what you're saying, but nobody jumps off the page. Nobody is like, because I think the number 1 overall pick, it's usually been a quarterback, but in this upcoming draft, who is that person?
Slim Pickens.
You know what I'm saying? So Cleveland, I think I looked this up before. I think they got some high draft picks, but
they got 1 high draft pick, and then our pick they're gonna be in the 20s, so they ain't gonna do them no good.
They ain't gonna do them no good. So at some point, I can see a scenario where they don't trade him, that they keep him.
And squat on his rights.
Go through I'll put it to you like this. I think what's probably is gonna happen. This is just my take on it, and I could be wrong, chat. Please don't come for me. But I will just say this. I think they're gonna fire Kevin Stefanski. I think they might even fire the general manager. I think they're gonna make this attempt of an overhaul and bring in somebody new who will be open to trying to develop Shedeur Sanders while also implementing their new regime, where he works out or he doesn't, if that makes sense. That bridge gap year with the new regime, and if it works out, cool. If not, they go into not this draft, but the draft after, and either replace him. It's like gonna be a put up or shut up year for Shedeur. I don't think they're gonna let him go. I think they're gonna try to give the fans what they want, and they want to show you either he gonna fail or succeed. But that's just my take.
Yeah, I agree. They like Like I said, they are doing things that make them look very, very, very juvenile, very, very amateur. And so Cleveland, they need to get it together.
Yeah, because it's hard to get on Shedeur, right, Duvall? You like,
yeah,
with all that stuff going on, it kind of, because even Shedeur, I mean, he was 18 of 35. He threw 3 picks.
Yeah.
But the story is the wristband and the incompetence of the Browns organization.
That is true.
So,
you know.
That's my. They only rush for 50 yards. I mean, 24 of them rushing yards came from Shedeur. The running game was ass.
Yeah.
The defense gave up 31 points to the Bears.
Yeah.
Jared Judy running around there with 22 yards after he running his mile.
Yeah.
I like Fanning on that team, but I'm not sold on Jared Judy. And yes, Shedeur threw the ball away 3 times. It was cold as hell. I told Bro Claude, you got that poor child out there in negative 20-degree weather.
Mm-hmm.
And so throwing the ball is going to be a little challenging,
And
but
he don't have the greatest strong streak either.
yeah. So it's like, but even with all that going on, he wasn't the only one that played bad.
Nah. The whole team played boo-boo.
And the preparation was bad.
Yeah.
That's what this wristband controversy brings to light. The preparation of the Cleveland Browns. Do y'all know how to do that? Do y'all know how to prepare for an NFL game? So it is what it is what it is. The ball. Well, you know. Hey, Chad, we about to get up out of here. Our hour is done. We done went over by 15 minutes.
Yeah, extra 15.
Yeah, we gave y'all extra 15. We about to get up out of here. Y'all keep, uplifting those Shedeur Sanders. He went out. I am proud of him. He went out there and, tried to took it on the chin for his coach, told everybody he didn't play well, it was just that the play sheet fell out, blah blah blah. He said all the right things, Duvall. He said all the right things. Now Stefanski and his press conference looked like he was rushing through and like Shannon Sharp said, was like, did he say yeah, no? What does that mean? So
he said yeah, no, maybe so.
Yeah, it got weird. So it's almost like he was like, why are you asking me that? What you mean why are we asking them? The woman just reported that y'all changing wristbands over there in the middle of the game. You need to answer that question. Mm-hmm. That's a football related question, coach. So he seemed like he was a little perturbed. So hopefully they get their stuff together. But we about to get up. Look, we about to get up out of here because we talk about Cleveland. Yeah. They play the Bill. Oh Lord, they play the Bills next.
Damn.
Yeah, damn.
Well, at least Myles Garrett go get that sack record.
Yeah, he close, right? Like 1 sack away.
Yeah. 1 sack away.
Yeah, he 1 sack away. So kudos to Myles Garrett. That defense didn't have a great time out there in that Chicago Bear cold, but. Oh, it's a game in Buffalo because it's cold as hell out there. Shit. Yeah. Oh, no, they're going to be home. Either way, it's going to be cold. Either way.
Let's stay by the lake, remember?
Yeah, it's going to be cold either way. So, but I'm rooting for Myles Garrett to get that record. I want him to blow by the record, Duvall, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
At least they'll get this out that season. I don't know, I don't know what else to say about that, but we about to get up out of here. The ball got to go to work. He got to go to bed. He got to get him some sleep, y'all. Thank y'all. Thank y'all for rocking with me today. Thank you, Duval, for being on the show with me. Talking a little controversy in football. That's been going together since the beginning of the time. So we'll probably have something else. Sherrone Moore, we praying for you, my brother. Even though you say you don't see my color, I really want you to get another coaching job.
He threw the OJ line on you.
Yeah, he said don't see color. That's what he said. So I guess I look like, I don't know what I look like to him because he don't see my color. So
I guess you don't look like what you went through.
But he see color to pick his partners though. Never mind. I'll move on. Look, it always kills me when people say they don't see color. Really? Everybody got preferences. So if you don't see it, how you got preferences?
Yeah.
I digress. Bro Claude said almond color. Shut up, Bro Claude. Hey, thank you. What's up, Black Star Media? Yeah, man, we about to get up out of here. Kudos to y'all. We out.
Peace.
Duval, that piece was so slow.
I know.
And sound like you already sleep.
Yeah, out like a kite. But I want to say, check out the videos that we got on Full Court Trio. But until we meet again, peace.
We out. Holla.